This is our 27th Lakota Athletic Hall of Fame, presented by our good friends at ProSource Technology Solutions and the Phelan Insurance Agency. So let's give those guys a round of applause. Without their help, you know, it'd be real tough to put on a quality event like this for our inductees who richly deserved this recognition. Want to thank Paul Hendrickson, Tammy McCoy, Tom Messer from ProSource, and from Phelan Insurance Agency, Brent Phelan, who's been a longtime Lakota supporter for many, many years. It's hard to believe that 26 years have passed since we started this tradition, this institution. And it's been great fun over the years, great memories. Everything you've done has been so meaningful to this school district and this athletic program. Over the 27 years now, tonight, we've inducted 258 contributors, 258 to our Hall of Fame. And that spans the Lakota lifespan of 69 years of our school district. So that's pretty awesome. I like that. And it's really meaningful to me when we have this event that we have previous Hall of Famers come back and share the evening with us, because it's important to them to carry on the tradition and share it with our inductees. And I'd like these folks to stand as I call their name. They're here tonight. Jack Buhai, class of 2005, golf coach for Lakota West. Tim Worst, class of 2006, Sports Information Director. In the back. Jeff Godsey, class of 2012, cross country and supreme distance man. Jim Ruff, retired athletic director, baseball coach, defensive back coach. Greg Bailey, 2013 football coach and teacher, Lakota and Lakota East. Casey Garland, 2014 head volleyball coach for Lakota East. Tim Lambert, 2014 golf coach of Lakota West. Tim. James Dews, 2017 basketball, Lakota East. I said to James on the way in, I said, can you tell me, he started as a freshman. I said, can you tell me where you opened up the season? He said, for sure. I remember it like it's yesterday. He said, Talawanda. That's my old high school. And James rolled out of that locker room and he lit them up that night. I was so proud of him. Next man, Bill Dorton, class of 2022 football, wrestling, and track, Lakota class of 75. How do we doing this? I'm still working out. Bob Ashby, class of 2023, athletic contributor, SID, Lakota West. Tracy Cornow, class of 2023, volleyball coach, Lakota and Lakota West. Mike Taylor, man for all seasons, class of 2023, football, track, superintendent, Lakota class of 71, homegrown. Marissa Steen, class of 2024, golf superstar, Lakota West, class of 2008. Steve Kastner, class of 2024, softball coach, head coach at Lakota and Lakota East. Bill Driesbach, class of 2025, head baseball coach at Lakota West. Jim Simonis, 2025 class, football coach, and just a general Lakota service guy, coach forever. Aiden Javid, class of 2025, golf, Lakota East, class of 2009. All right. Although their efforts through time may have focused on either old Lakota, Lakota East, or Lakota West, everything they did helped build our tradition. And they gave us a foundation for the young people that are competing today to build on and achieve those same heights. One of the things I think is special about Lakota and one of our strengths is our coaching staff and their dedication through time and their commitment to our people, our young people. And as one season changes to another, the quality of our coaches has remained the same. And athletic competition is more about the journey as opposed to just wins and statistics. And I think our coaches shape that journey for our young people. And I think this is well evidenced by the number of coaches that are here tonight. If you ever coach for Lakota in any form, please stand up to be recognized. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you can see that a good percentage of the group tonight are former coaches that have impressioned young people. Another special group I'd like to recognize, and they're near and dear to my heart, are some athletic directors here tonight. Our Lakota East athletic director and assistant principal, Jill Myring. Jill. Our Lakota West athletic director, assistant principal, Scott Kaufman. Scotty. And unfortunately, Scott is leaving us at the end of the year. He's retiring. That dirty rat. It's like Gilligan's Island. He's getting off. But seriously, over my athletic directing experience, which spans 40-some years, Scott is probably the best I've ever seen. I mean, he is highly motivated. Kids come first. He does a lot of neat things with Lakota West, facility-wise, and just integrates everything together. And his leadership and guidance vision will be missed. He's a good man. I don't care what anybody says. And if anybody says anything about him being a yard gnome, they gotta have words. I got two guys here tonight that are also special. Lakota West AD Emeritus, Jerry Weisgerber. Jerry. And Tim Worst. Let's give all of our sponsors a round of applause. Because without them, this wouldn't be possible. Not to this extent, we'd be having hamburgers. Okay. Now I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your dinner. There will be a captain's call by the Wetherington staff, and we'll reconvene. I got maybe 6:45 or so. We get this thing rolling. I know our inductees are anxious to speak, as they told me. So sit back, relax, gang. Thank you. Okay, gang, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad nobody ran away. Because I have the mic, I can backtrack a little bit of a group of people I forgot. I can make amends. Some special contributors that work really hard behind the scenes that I missed. I had it on a page I didn't turn over. The gals that make the cake, Alpha Chalk, makes fantastic cake. I mean, wars were waged to get this cake, and it's really good. So enjoy it. I'd like to thank our Lakota Community Relations Department. Betsy Fuller's with us tonight. Lauren Betcher and Cindy Zaney. They help us with our Hall of Fame publicity through the Lakota website. Really appreciate their help. Lakota Service Center, Lakota Service Center, we get a lot of help from those guys. In fact, they came over and set up the stage today, and they assured me with great confidence that it would not fall down. So, but the Lakota Service Center guys, Matt Smythe, Jenny Price, Nick Pegram, and all that crew, great people. Life Touch National School Studios, Carrie Geraci and Joni Pittman. We're taking the pictures of our photos of our inductees that we'll use on the plaques and in the website. Weatherington, I mentioned them before. Weatherington Golf and Country Club, Jessica Bolecker and her team do a great job, tremendous hosts. They're in anything they don't do for us to make it a great event. So we really appreciate them. And last but not least, my buddies down here in the far corner in left field, Lakota West Student Broadcasting, Alex Dufik. Alex Dufik, Andrew Odell, Christian Smith, Nico Stolenwork. They do the ball games. They also broadcast the ball games. And I tell you what, if you ever want some really good entertainment, listen to these guys because they talk about everything under the sun, even basketball sometimes and football. But they'll be on the air and they'll say, what are you going to do this weekend? And the guy said, well, I don't know. And then there'll be some dead air. And then they'll come back and say, I saw that guy in the hall this morning. He didn't look that hurt to me. And but they had a lot of personal insight into it. And I listen to them all the time in football and basketball and thoroughly entertained. And Lakota East has a comparable group as well. And I listen to those guys too. Great kids. They're thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled to have them. And their broadcast is going to be on YouTube. And you look for Lakota Athletic Hall of Fame on YouTube. Is that how it goes, guys? They'll give me thumbs up. So that's how it works. It'll be on YouTube, Lakota Athletic Hall of Fame 2026, and you can see yourselves do your thing. This event is easily one of the neatest things we do during the year. I mean, it is so special, and it's neat that we can bring East and West together and unify it with Lakota, old Lakota as we call it, through time. And this is the only time this happens, because other than that, athletically, we're going to butt heads over a lot of things. But we're here to commemorate our inductees and appreciate them. And what we'll do is we'll place a team picture in each high school in some fashion or another of this class, and you'll take your place with all the other classes. You'll receive a plaque from Titan Awards over here in Westchester. Live stream the event with my boys here, and each inductee will get a commemorative friendship coin that symbolizes East, West, and Lakota on that coin. And it was designed by a Lakota East student in 2011. So it's something special for us to give to you that you can put on a shelf that'll gather dust. And someday you'll show your kids or something. Tonight, our inductees in their own way have played an important role of our evolution. We've evolved into a pretty powerful athletic program school district. And as you listen to these young people tonight, it'll be obvious that even though the times have changed, the lessons that they learn through athletics haven't. And in 1999, I've heard the same lessons by young people, 20 some years ago, and they said the same things. To our 26 inductees, we're really proud of the achievements you've made and the honor you've brought us. And we're here to celebrate those achievements, successes, relive some moments, and they'll probably get a little grander as we go. To show our appreciation. Your days from Lakota are gone, but our appreciation will live on for a long, long time, and the difference you've made for us. Our Hall of Fame is more than statistics, although there are some impressive statistics out there. I mean, when I put together the bios, it was unbelievable. I mean, wow. Some of the records and achievements you guys have made is just phenomenal. But at the end of the day, as you get to be mature like me, and you have more of that road in the rearview mirror, you learn to appreciate the journey as opposed to the destination. It's how you got there. And I think, Ashley, you said the same thing. It's been a very fun journey, and I think that's a good perspective on it all. I said something to Austin, and I was congratulating Austin. He said, it was my teammates. They helped me. I was all a team effort, and that's true of anybody that played on a team. And I know figuratively, when you stand here and accept that award tonight, your teammates are here with you because they helped you, and you helped them along the way. So it's a matter of perspective. If you keep it in the right perspective, and I think you do, what athletics is all about. It's a journey. Before we begin the actual introductions, I'd like to recognize some special guests in attendance tonight. Over my years at Lakota, and it's been a long time, since '73, and I don't even know how many years that's been, we've been very, very fortunate to have an interested and supportive administration. I'd really like to recognize and thank our school board members, our president, Kelly Casper. Kelly. Our vice president, Doug Horton. Doug. Board members Julie Schaefer, and Julie is involved in an activity tonight. Alex Argo. Alex. And last and not least, Ben Newen. Ben. Okay, I'd like to also recognize special guests from our Lakota leadership team, and many of them have athletic experience or extracurricular experience. And I think that lends to the appreciation of what we do and why we do it. Our superintendent, Ashley Whiteley, Dr. Whiteley is involved in that same activity. Assistant Superintendent Aaron Marshall is at that same activity. Treasurer Adam Zink, same activity. It's negotiations. They're participating in negotiations tonight, so they gave me the rain check. Our Executive Director of Business Operations, Craig Hatfield. Craig. I have no idea where you are. Okay. And our Executive Director of School and Community Relations, Betsy Fuller. Betsy in the back. Providing the backbone of leadership in our high schools are our principals. And we have tonight with us Matt McFarland. Matt. And Scott Lehman from Lakota West. He's in that same activity. And we have Dick Hamilton with us, Principal Emeritus from Lakota West. Dick. And at this point, we're moving right along to get these superstars up here. And I'd like to introduce this evening's Master of Ceremonies. For decades, he's served as the voice of the Lakota East Thunderhawks in a wide variety of settings. He's got a booming voice, rich, pleasure to listen to for a little bit. So without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the voice of the Thunderhawks, Truly a Lakota man for all seasons, Mike Ballard.
Thank you, Stu. It's good to be back for another year. Stu thanked a lot of people who helped make this evening possible. Please join me, though, in thanking Stu for all his work in this fine event. I am contractually obligated to say that every year, so we're done with that. One other thing, a couple people mentioned to me that they were having a hard time hearing Stu, and that's all right. But to the athletes, when you come up here, talking to the mic and make sure everybody wants to hear your stories, and we're really excited to hear from you. We've got 8 more inductees this evening, and let's meet our inductees. Our first inductee this evening is Austin Ollinger, Lakota West class of 2015 baseball. Austin ranks among the most accomplished pitchers in Lakota West baseball history. He was dominant on the mound and consistent at the plate, playing 4 years in one of Ohio's premier conferences. He was a rare 4-year varsity contributor, a cornerstone of Firebird's success. Austin earned all GMC honors all 4 seasons, second team as a freshman and sophomore, then first team as a junior and senior. Twice named to all-state teams, second team All-Ohio as a junior and first team as a senior. His stats are among the best in program history. Austin graduated with a 1.64 ERA. That's the lowest ever recorded at Lakota West. His career 18 victories rank 4th all time. Offensively, he scored 111 runs, the most in Lakota school district history. As a sophomore, Austin was selected as one of only 2 boys to represent Lakota West at the prestigious J. Kyle Braid Leadership Foundation Ranch in Colorado. He was also active in Young Life, where he modeled leadership, values, and faith. His Lakota Hall of Fame induction reflects more than just athletic achievement. It also represents a legacy of leadership, faith, and character that defined his days at Lakota West. After graduation, Austin continued his baseball career at the University of Evansville, competing at the Division I level for 4 years. He earned his bachelor's and master's degree in Health Services Administration. He now serves as a strategic accounts manager for Voca Healthcare. Please welcome Austin Ollinger.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. There's many, many people behind the scenes that made tonight possible, so I want to thank you. Thank you to the committee for selecting me to be part of such a prestigious group of coaches and athletes in Lakota history. It's truly an honor, so thank you. And want to congratulate the other athletes and coaches here tonight as well. Well deserved. I think the best part, well, it's sort of weird too, because we're being a part of something that, after being rivals with Lakota East for many, many years, and then now being a part of something together, it's just going to be hard to kind of get used to. So I still can't get my head around it, and it stings a little bit, but we'll get there. But no, I think the best part about tonight was, or being inducted, was the time leading to tonight, because it forced me to just slow down and reflect on so many memories that I thought I forgot, and what a true blessing it was to just remember those memories. And so to my friends and family, there's just a laundry list of thank yous that I don't have. It's impossible to squeeze into just a couple of minutes, but you guys know how much I love you, how much I care for you, how much you mean to me. Mom, don't start crying or I will too. So Thank you for all the support, and Mom, Dad, thank you for the support financially in high school. That was pretty neat. Although I did work. Baseball was Monday through Saturday. I worked for 3 hours every Sunday at Smoothie King, but that paycheck was very light. That was a light. I think if I think if I went around the counter and I bought the smoothie that I just made, that's the only thing I could afford. But no, seriously, what I mean, I am just honored and just so thankful to have friends and family that support me so well and love me so well. Grandpa, I want to give you a special thank you. One of the best gifts I've ever received was a stack of baseball books and my stats. Grandpa used to be at every single game behind home plate, and he would keep the book. And I'm talking this stack had games when I was 7 years old up to travel ball through high school and some college too. And Grandma was there every single game behind you. Everyone knew who Grandma Allinger was, especially the umpires. And I could probably count on one hand the amount of games that you and Grandma weren't able to make it to. And I know she's smiling down and is very, very proud of this moment. So I want to give you a special thank you, and I love you very much. For me, baseball was more than just the game. It was more of a family event. My sisters and my mom, my biggest fans at every single game, to my grandpa behind home plate, like I said, every single game keeping the book, to Grandma behind home plate yelling at umpires, and to top it all off, my dad every home game was announcing in the booth, doing the walk-up songs and the scoreboard. And man, I'll tell you what, there's no better feeling than in a big moment walking up to the plate and your dad's the one announcing your name. That's all the motivation that I needed. Yeah, I was very talented. I was good at my craft, but and thank God for that. All the glory goes to him for even giving me the ability to play baseball. But with you guys behind me as well, man, I felt like I was unstoppable. So thank you. I want to say thank you to my teammates as well. They're not here tonight, but I wanted to share a quick story about them. So when I was a freshman, the senior class gave me, as part of the hazing or welcoming to the team, they gave me a pink child-sized Dora the Explorer backpack. And I had to wear this thing to and from every home and away game. That was the one thing I had to do. And I also had to keep it supplied with sunflower seeds, which is probably where the other half of my Smoothie King paycheck went to. But man, I love this thing. I rocked this thing. I became superstitious about it, and I loved it. I think I let some girl borrow it for a theater class, and I haven't seen it since. But so if you're wondering, Coach, why we didn't win conference freshman year, is because I let that girl borrow the backpack. That was the second half of the season. So what I'm saying is, don't mess with baseball players' superstitions. But Coach, I want to end with you. Man, it was just very hard whenever your name came up, and you're always going to be Coach or Coach D to me. And to everyone else, you're the Lakota legend, Hall of Famer Bill Dresbach, but to me, you're always going to be Coach. And well, you've been Coach D on my phone for many years, so we're pretty locked in on that. But you can ask my friends and my family. When it came to you, I was stuck because there's so many memories and stories that I couldn't pinpoint on just a few. So whether that was how I always looked up to you, ever since I was even in junior high, going to the camps, the high school baseball camps, to how much I admired and still admired how you didn't have to say much, but how loud your actions were, and which was super admirable. Besides conditioning, that was really annoying, actually. You'd make us run, but then you would run with us, and then you would beat us, and that used to really make me mad because I couldn't complain about it. And then, so your actions spoke too loud on that one. So, or whether the mental game of baseball. I mean, you taught me so much about the mental game of baseball. You made us do a written baseball IQ test every year, for God's sake. I remember that. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously you took a chance on me very early on, and I'm super appreciative. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I just know that I feel like a lot of coaches let their titles and their egos get away from truly having success. And people think that being a leader is the one being in charge, but really being a leader truly means taking care of people in your charge. And coach, you did that perfectly. You cared for your people. You made sure we felt heard, and you led so well while also leaving the door open for the team to be player led, which gave me all the confidence in the world to lead too. So truly honored to play for you for 4 years, and it was pretty cool too. My senior year was your last year of coaching too, so we both went out with a bang. So that's all I got. I thank you everyone so much, and go Firebirds.
Thank you, Austin. Our next inductee this evening is Lauren Canatelli Koza, Lakota West class of 2015, basketball and golf. Lauren was a standout two-sport athlete at Lakota West, earning first team All-GMC in golf and second team All-GMC in basketball as a freshman. She went on to become one of the most decorated players in Firebird history. She added first team All-GMC honors as a sophomore and junior, along with District 15 and All-Southwest District recognition. A three-time Firebird MVP, a GMC Ohio High School Coaches Association All-Academic honoree. Canatelli graduated second all-time in scoring with 1,436 points. She holds the record for games played with 105, career steals 237, and career three-pointers with 254. She also set a single-season record for threes made with 89, as well as three-point percentage at 39.3. Her senior season was historic. She led the Firebirds to an undefeated GMC title. She earned GMC Player of the Year, Southwest District Player of the Year, and D1 Ohio Co-Player of the Year. She served as co-captain of the Ohio High School State Championship team. She started in Kentucky, Ohio, and also the Ohio North-South All-Star Games. At the University of Dayton, she continued her elite shooting, earning Atlantic 10 second team All-Conference, A10 All-Academic team, along with Flyer of the Year honors, while setting the program's record for single season for threes made, single game record for threes, single game record for points, as well as career record for made threes. She also posted a perfect 22 for 22 from the free throw stripe, the second most consecutive made shots in NC2A history. She surpassed the 1,000 career points. She became only one of 3 Flyers ever to eclipse 200 career threes. She now serves as a physician assistant at Christ Hospital. Please welcome Lauren Canatelli.
Hello, everyone. I have my notes. All right. In thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, I had a chance also, as Austin mentioned, to just pause and reflect on so many amazing memories, lessons, friendships that were built along the 4 years at Lakota West. Growing up, I can't say that a childhood dream of mine was to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think that's more of an adult dream. So as a young adult, I can say it's a dream come true and quite an honor to be here before you guys today. I started playing basketball in 3rd grade, and honestly, I was pretty nervous when people would watch me shooting free throws. So I'm glad I got over that pretty quickly. I met Coach Fishman, and he was forming a 4th grade basketball team and invited me to play, and you could say the rest is history from there. I don't know many fourth graders who are told we're going to win a state championship. Not quite sure that's something you dream about when you're in fourth grade, but that's what we were told, and that's what was built at that time. I remember Coach instilling that goal and dream from a very early age. Fast forward 8 years, sure enough, we were cutting down nets together in Columbus for Lakota West girls basketball first state championship. Lakota West and Coach Fishman set the foundation for so many things in my life that have made me who I am today. So thank you, Coach, for believing in a little 9-year-old girl and for every day in between. I honestly can't tell you how many wins we had our senior year, I'm sorry, but I can recount so many other memories and good things that I can remember from all of the time spent with teammates and all of our friends. I'm so glad some of my teammates and best friends are here tonight. Those were the years before everyone went their separate ways and grew up and had kids and everything. But playing, one particular memory I really hold close to my heart is playing in a senior night game. My sister checked into the game. She was a freshman, and we got to play a few possessions together, and that'll always be one of my favorite memories. My teammates here tonight and my coaches, I'm so thankful for you guys to be here and celebrate this with me tonight. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys. I'd like to thank a few people here who are also not from Lakota West, but my college teammate, my best friend Zabo, and her husband Alex. Thank you guys for coming. I'm so happy that Dayton brought us together. I'd also like to thank my in-laws for traveling from Cleveland tonight. Thanks for always accepting me into your family and for also being such a good basketball-loving family too. Mom, Dad, and Allie, you guys were there for me from the beginning. Every basketball game, every tournament, all the miles traveled from high school or before high school into college. You really were always there encouraging me, shaping me, just instilling a drive and to be the best version of myself and picking me up when things went wrong too. So thank you for that. I love you guys. Finally, my husband, Peter, you may not have seen a single one of my basketball games, high school, college, but somehow you're still my biggest fan. Pete keeps a list of my accolades and records on him at all times in case he needs to share with any of his friends or anybody he's speaking with. He doesn't miss an opportunity to brag about me. I wish you had been there in those glory days, but I'm very happy that we're together in our athletic retirement. I love you and the life that we're building. We recently moved back to Westchester to raise our 1-year-old son and our future children here. His name is Remley. He's home tonight, hopefully doing okay with the babysitter and going to bed. He doesn't know it yet, but he has no choice but to be a basketball fan. Thankfully, he's already getting buckets in the bathtub every night, so he loves basketball. Thank you to Lakota West and Lakota local schools for providing such an amazing education and an opportunity to pursue competitive sports at such a high level. It really set my foundation for my college career, both academically and athletically, at the University of Dayton. So I'll always be proud to be a Lakota West graduate. I'm so honored to be forever engraved in the Lakota Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all the other inductees and your amazing careers. It's a very tight circle to be a part of, and I'm just very thankful for everyone who helped me to get here today. So thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Our next inductee this evening is Devin Ciotti, Lakota West class of 2011, soccer and basketball. Devin is one of Lakota West's premier multi-sport athletes. She excelled in both soccer and basketball while competing at the highest level of Ohio high school athletics. She was a 4-year varsity starter in soccer. She anchored Lakota West teams that posted winning records in each season, consistently ranked among Cincinnati's top 10 programs. She became one of the most decorated players in school history, earning first-team All-State honors in 2010 after previously being named to second-team All-State. She was a 3-time first-team All-GMC selection, a 3-time All-City honoree. She capped her senior season with an invitation to the 2010 Senior All-Star Game. Her technical skill, her competitiveness, and her steady consistency made her a cornerstone of the Firebirds' success throughout her career. She was equally impactful on the basketball court. A defensive specialist, she often drew the opponent's toughest assignments. She appeared in 47 games from freshman through senior year. As a senior year, she scored 97 points and played an important record on Lakota West team. They advanced to the state Final Four. She contributed in 25 games during that historic run. Her athletic excellence continued at the collegiate level, where she earned a scholarship to play soccer for the University of Louisville Cardinals, competing in one of the nation's premier conferences. Please welcome Devin Ciotti.
Hi. First off, thank you. As everyone before me has obviously said, this is an incredible honor and a surprise to me to even be considered amongst this group of athletes. I had a little laugh to myself when I received an email asking if there was anything I would like to add to my profile, because as a defender in soccer, I have virtually no stats, and I am pretty sure in my basketball career I attempted one three-pointer, which if I would have made, I could have claimed that I was shooting 100% from the three-point line. So if only yesteryears. Honestly, no achievements are done alone. Everybody has their list, so I will make mine short. First and foremost, to my dad, who was my first coach, who probably had a soccer ball at my feet the moment I could walk, and consistently pushes me to be the best version of myself, both on and off the field or court, depending on time of year. Thank you, Coach Fish, for taking the time to develop me. I think you're in this general direction. You always knew that basketball was my second love, so thank you for working with my schedules and taking the time to really push me and give me that proper mentality and discipline that I fully believe undoubtedly prepared me to play at the collegiate level. So I appreciate that to no end. It was a pleasure playing for you. Mark and Tara couldn't be here tonight, but I also want to thank them for their endless patience. They made me a much better leader, and they were the absolute best coaches at reminding us that even though it is about winning and it is about the game, there is always time for a little fun. The Lakota West, I don't know if they still do this, Bridget can confirm or deny, but for freshman initiation, they take you out to dinner and they dare you to steal something off the table. Everybody knows it. You don't know that everybody knows it, and as you're leaving the restaurant, you get caught. As a 15-year-old girl, it is not a fun situation to be in, but at the end, we all had laughs, and it was worth it. I'm eternally grateful for the experiences and the tools that both sports have given me to achieve like anything in life. I think all of us as post-athletes can understand how weird it is when you don't have a lift to go to every day and a game to get hyped up for. So I'm always just grateful that all of the things that I feel like I do best and the best parts of me, I feel like have been developed through sport and specifically team sport. And lastly, I just want to say that I'm grateful for the Lakota community. For those of you that don't know me, when I was in high school, my mom passed away just a few days before our first soccer game. And the outpouring of love and support and just commitment from everyone around me to get me through that and make sure that they were there for me when I was a freshman, and honestly, no one even knew me or my family, was really overwhelming and life-changing. I remember insisting that I still wanted to go to practice because I wanted to be with the team. I wanted to be with my friends, my support system, and I wanted to be doing something that I loved. So I can honestly say that doing that and having that available to me really got me through one of the hardest times in my life. And I think that the people that continue to put into this community and these programs and make sure that they are excellent and that we honor the people that have achievements, please keep doing that, because as a kid who really needed it, I really appreciate it. So thank you again so much. And yeah, it's an honor.
Thank you, Devin. Our next inductee this evening is Jeff Combs, Lakota East High School head golf coach. Jeff Combs built Lakota East into one of Ohio's premier high school golf programs. During his tenure, the Thunderhawks captured 10 GMC championships. He was honored as GMC Coach of the Year 7 times. The Cincinnati Enquirer named him Southwest Ohio Coach of the Year on 3 occasions. And in 2024, he was inducted into the Ohio High School Golf Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Combs led Lakota East to 8 Ohio High School state tournament appearances, highlighted by a state runner-up finish in 2018 and multiple top 7 team placements. His program produced numerous all-state golfers, including the 2021 state champion. His influence extended far beyond varsity competition. Combs founded the Lakota Golf Academy, introducing the sport to more than 800 young golfers. He personally fundraised for over a decade to support a B team, allowing 10 additional athletes each year to participate and develop. He served 14 years as the president or vice president of the Southwest Ohio Coaches Association. Since retiring, Jeff has continued to shape the game as a full-time PGA instructor at Four Bridges Country Club. He coaches players at all levels, and he's even caddied on the LPGA Tour. His legacy is defined by competitive excellence, player development, and a deep commitment to expanding opportunities for young golfers. His legacy is also defined not only by championships, but by the hundreds of young athletes whose lives have been enriched through opportunity, mentorship, and a genuine love for the game. Please welcome Jeff Combs.
I was feeling like one of the oldest people in the room tonight getting inducted, but then Stu said all the young people tonight that are being inducted, so I'm going to go with that theory. I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee. I know that there's a lot of work behind the scenes that we don't see. I appreciate all the time you guys put in, and thanks for the nomination. I really appreciate it. I know Stu does a lot for the district and for setting this up, but we really know Paula Hale does most of the work, so I want to give Paula a round of applause. Really super honored to be part of this. My whole career has been in this awesome district, just super honored. This district has grown a lot since some of us old guys have been around. We used to have 1 high school, 2 junior highs, and used to have 1 van when I first started coaching golf, the old T-Bird van. Raise your hand if you remember the T-Bird van. I think it's going to be people over here mainly. The T-Bird van, my last year driving that as a golf coach, had a seat that the back broke and there was no back in it, so I drove around like this on a stool. That might not be illegal anymore, I'm not sure. So things have changed. Now our golf teams and our schools have 2 beautiful Sprinter vans thanks to our boosters and parents, so things are changing for the good, and it's already a great district to begin with. So I want to accept this induction, this awesome honor on behalf of 1 million great golfers, family members, the community around our East Golf program, our boosters, great administrators, and some really, really good athletic directors that help us do this. I couldn't do half of what our team has done over the years without all their help and my assistant coaches. It was a total team effort, as all you athletes know. So I wanted to make sure I thank everybody. I cannot thank possibly everyone. I've had so many great assistant coaches, but I just want you to know that this is not Jeff Combs' award. This is a bunch of group of people getting this. So when I first started coaching, this will make this quick, but when I first started coaching, we were lucky to have players that could break 90 on the course, if you know anything about golf. So if you could break 90 or if you could shoot 95 the first couple years when East and West split, you were on varsity. And there were a lot of years in the last 10 years where if you couldn't break par, you weren't on varsity. And there were a lot of years when we make it to state, all 5 guys had shot in the 60s at one time in an event that's under par. That's like the guys that are at the Masters doing. So incredible talented players. We have 2 in the Hall of Fame, and Aiden Javed, who's here tonight, and David Tepe, but there will be a lot more, and that's obviously what makes this award for me possible, those guys. And that's why we had to start a B team as well, as was mentioned earlier. We had so many good players. Things I will remember will not be the GMC Coach of the Year, Hall of Fame. That's not going to remember. I'm going to remember my players calling me when I've had one of my 5 surgeries, calling me to say, hey, Coach, can you play golf this weekend? I've had a couple texts today. Can you play golf, Coach? What are you doing after the Masters? Things like that. That's the stuff I'm going to remember. Those van rides and some of those conversations. Mike here remembers. Some really cool stuff. I do need to apologize to most of my players that I had early on. Mikey, you'd be in that group. Aiden, you might be in that group of me thinking I knew what I was talking about for about a decade. So I know so much more about golf now than I did 5 years ago and even 10 years ago. And that's the beauty of coaching and life. You learn and you get better and you keep doing it. So I do need to apologize to those first 20 kids I coached. There are some people in the room I really need to personally thank. First, a guy who's not here, Ed Rutter. Ed Rutter was my football coach in high school. He taught at Lakota. He introduced me to Stu Eversole, and he's one of my best friends in my life. No longer with us, but Ed Rutter brought me here, introduced me to Andy Fishman, and he said, hey, this guy's going to be great for you. You should come do your student teaching with Andy Fishman. Great idea. New York guy, fired up, a lot of energy. I had student taught with Andy. Next thing you know, I get a job at the same school Andy's teaching at, Ridge, which was a freshman school at that time. And Andy taught me a few things. Some I can talk about, some I can't. One thing Andy taught me is if I was going to coach and teach, I better get there at 5 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning, which was good for me because I was a morning guy. But I don't know how many times we were having our coffee and doing lesson plans and talking about the day so that we could then go coach after school. And I'm not kidding you, 5 or 6 in the morning. I did that for at least 30 years. I know Andy's done it for longer than that. So Andy also, besides all the great teaching lessons, Andy also kind of got started something I loved. We would play basketball with kids and adults. Sometimes they were freshman kids, sometimes they were high school kids. But that relationship to playing with kids, and we carried that on at Lakota East for my entire career of teaching at Lakota East, playing Friday morning basketball with players until I got to be about 49. I couldn't do it. But thanks, Andy. Thank my beautiful family back there, Jordan and Claire, Lakota East grads. Thank you. Jim Ruff, who was not really our first AD, but kind of had to sub, I think, when Linda Brown left. I want to thank Jim because I got to teach gym class I was a special educator. We team taught gym class. That's where I really got to know Jim and see how he handled people. But Jim treated kids in his classes, athletes, adults, all the same way. Really, really appreciate Jim, his mentorship. And he introduced me to GMC leadership team, which then became SALT, which I have so many fond memories of. So really thank Jim for that. Next, I want to thank Rich Bryant, who's not here, and Jill Meyering. They were instrumental in saying, what do you need in your golf program? what do you need to do? What's it going to take? What are your goals? Like, I want to win state. What do we got to do to make it happen? And man, we ramped things up and really, really helped me in every way possible. I probably forgot someone, but I feel like I need to say something about this great game of golf. We're all in this room because of athletics and all the valuable lessons it teaches us. Golf is just right there. Some of you might not be golfers and may not be interested in it, but it teaches us so much about integrity, sportsmanship, overcoming bad breaks. There aren't officials out there. There aren't people to call stroke penalties on you. It's all on you. And it's just such a great teacher for life, how to work hard. You can work too hard. You can work too hard at the wrong things. So you need a lot of guidance, and you got to have some discipline. And it's a good sport and a good teacher of looking in the mirror every single day and going, what can I do to get better? What am I doing wrong? And you're going to fail every single hole you play. You're going to fail at something on that hole. It's very rare that it all goes perfectly. So you have to overcome that. And I love that about the sport. And it's allowed me to travel the world coaching. It's allowed me to stay into something I'm very passionate about. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. Our next inductee this evening is Ashley Evans, Lakota East class of 2013 volleyball. Ashley stands as one of the most decorated volleyball players in Lakota East history. She's widely regarded as the finest to ever wear the Thunderhawk silver and black. A 4-year varsity winner and starter, she set the standard of excellence that elevated the program in a legacy that's still left to this day. Over the course of a remarkable high school career, she appeared in 295 games. She delivered 203 service aces along with 843 kills. She led Lakota East to a dominant 30-4 GMC record across her 4 seasons, highlighted by an undefeated 9-0 season in 2011. She was a 2-time first-team All-State selection, a 2-time first-team All-Cincinnati Division I honoree, a 3-time first-team All-GMC performer. She earned the league's highest distinction, GMC Volleyball Player of the Year, twice. Nationally recognized, she was named to the 2nd team All-American. At Purdue University, she excelled in one of the nation's top volleyball conferences. She was named to the academic All-Big Ten team each year of her career. She earned 3 Distinguished Scholar Awards. She was a 3-time athletic or 3-time academic All-American, as well as athletic All-American. She was a member of the United States national team. Her proudest accomplishment with Team USA is training with the Olympic team in preparation for its inaugural gold medal run for the Tokyo 2021 Games, followed by earning a spot in the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Professionally, Evans has played 6 seasons abroad in Europe and 2 seasons domestically, including one with the championship runner-up Grand Rapids Rise. And now she currently plays with the Columbus Fury. Please welcome Ashley Evans.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here tonight, alongside such stellar athletes and coaches, each of whom have positively impacted Lakota athletics in his or her own way. I'm grateful to be amongst this group. Congratulations to my fellow inductees on such a remarkable achievement. I share this honor with every coach and teammate I had the pleasure of knowing during my time at East. It feels like yesterday we were all walking through the halls of Lakota when I received the wonderful news of induction Immediate gratitude filled my heart, followed by endless moments and achievements flooding my memory as a Thunderhawk. As I reflect on my journey at East and inside numerous gyms as an athlete, there are too many memories to recall and people to thank whom without them I would not be standing here today. Lucky number 13 holds great significance in my life, and so it is no coincidence that this honor just happens to come 13 years after graduating from East. Volleyball has been a fundamental part of my life for 21 years, and my journey for the last 13 stemmed from everything I learned as a Thunderhawk. Teachers and coaches pushed me and my teammates daily, guiding us to become the best version of our young selves. With great coaching and mentorship, I earned opportunities that I once only dreamt of. Roughly 1% of high school volleyball players compete at the D1 level. Even fewer go on to play professionally amongst the best in the world, and even less earn the chance to wear the red, white, and blue, all of which I was fortunate to experience. After 21 years and counting in the sport, I stand here today with overflowing gratitude for the path volleyball and my career at East has offered me, and for the leadership and support my family, friends, coaches, and teammates, many of whom are here tonight, provided along the way. The solid foundation for my volleyball career and life outside of a gym was built at East. 3 themes summarize my time as a Thunderhawk. 1, the importance of trusting the journey. 2, embracing the peaks, valleys, and moments in between. And 3, thanking the team behind the team. Each theme is a lesson I learned at Lakota, which helped not only shape my future successes, but also emphasize the value of the athletic experience relating to life beyond high school. I never predicted that the most extreme version of keeping the balloon off the floor and studying hard would pave my way through college, introduce me to 24 countries and counting, expose me to professional volleyball for 8 seasons, and gift me with lifelong friends. I've embraced the volleyball path for over half of my life, and my time at Lakota from first grade to senior year stressed the importance of trusting the journey. Trusting that playing multiple sports before specializing will develop all-around athletes while building great friendships. Trusting that playing for Cincy Classics would connect me with the right people who encouraged me to play at the next level. Trusting that calling my own mother coach for a few years wouldn't ruin our mother-daughter relationship, but rather strengthen it. Trusting my coaches at East and their vision for our team would teach the importance of team first over individual player development, and both would thrive as a result. Trusting that not specializing in a certain position would only make me a stronger, more versatile player. Trusting that putting school first ahead of athletics would set me up for future success that still lies ahead. Trusting that when a coach emphasizes how priorities and sacrifice are necessary to achieve anything great, you lean into that advice. And most importantly, trusting the journey in the sense of it's not what we achieve that matters most, but rather who we become through the process. Sport is special. It owes us nothing, while it gives us everything, knowing we may never reach our end goal, and that's okay. Regardless of outcome, we mold into a stronger, more resilient, and storied character, shaped by the experiences and lessons we learn along the way. The athletic journey at East taught me that trusting the journey, although parts of it will undoubtedly be hard, will always be worth it. Amongst the journey are the peaks, valleys, and the moments in between. During my high school career, public school volleyball teams in the Cincinnati area tended to be one step behind the Catholic ones. However, little did we know that when my class entered East, we were about to rewrite that narrative. Blessed to play for Emily Langdon and Susie Lippert first, followed by Casey Garland, Amy Cooper, and Amanda Bingley my last 3 years, the talent we had was unprecedented. The peaks, valleys, and the mundane but very memorable moments made those 4 years special. From the peak of hearing Emily and Susie tell me congrats, you made varsity as a freshman, to a valley of Casey holding me accountable for having a bad day or a bad attitude at practice after a rough day at school. I remember her saying, get over the test, even if you think you failed it. Check yourself at the door when you enter the gym. And thinking back, that was probably after suffering through a very challenging zoology or anatomy assignment from my favorite teacher at East, Julie Deek. To the peaks of beating Mount Notre Dame and Ursuline numerous times, to a valley of suffering through a huge program loss after a key player went down with injury, to the highest peak of senior year defeating the defending state champs MND, marking the farthest public school volleyball team had gone since Lakota won state back in '94, to the lowest valley of ultimately losing to Ursuline less than 24 hours later in the Elite Eight, marking the end to my athletic career as a Thunderhawk, to all the moments in between, the pre-home game dance parties back in the wrestling room, The endless wall sprints Casey had us do from every single day, I still think I'm slightly haunted by those. We would make bets on how many she would make us run each day. Those were the best times. Reflecting on these moments reminds me that the journey comes and goes, but all of these valleys, peaks, and memories stay with us forever. And last but certainly not least, the journey is a result of hard work, passion, dedication, and most importantly, the support system, the team behind the team and athletes. From my high school days to now as a pro, it would have been impossible to live my dream without my people. Thank you to my family, Mom, Dad, Brian, and Bryn, who in my life, you're a Hall of Famer, state champion, Lakota East 2011. Your love, guidance, coaching, and support on and off the court have propelled me to achieve more than I ever thought possible. Thank you to my coaches and teachers who remain great friends to this day. Casey, Susie, Amanda, John, Julie, Al, and Connie, and many more who are not here. And a special shout out to my best friend, Brooke Moran. We met on a leadership trip sophomore year in high school and have been best friends ever since, and your support has always meant the world to me. The team behind the team is why the magic happens when we step on the court. Behind the long practices, the tough coaching and tough love, the repetitions, the daily grind, the late nights and early mornings studying, the wins and the losses, none of it happens without you. I would not be standing here today without you, shaped by the lessons I learned and the experiences I've acquired, and each of you have offered encouragement and confidence when I needed it most. Above all, I hope I've inspired other young athletes at East and beyond to go after their own dreams. Cheers to a remarkable Thunderhawk career, one that has influenced my life for the better in every sense of the word. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Our next inductee this evening is Alyssa Grievenkamp, Lakota East class of 2012, basketball and softball. Alyssa stands among the most accomplished two-sport athletes in Lakota East High School. She earned 8 varsity letters, 4 in basketball and 4 in softball. In basketball, she was a 3-time All-GMC selection and one of the most reliable players for Lakota East. She started 84 games, averaging 9 points per contest. She served as the team's steady floor general. She directed the offense, controlled the tempo, and routinely drew the other team's toughest defensive assignment. Her impact extended well beyond the box score. She was the player her teammates trusted to anchor both ends of the floor. Grievenkamp's achievements in softball were equally impressive. She became one of the most decorated shortstops in program history. She earned 4 All-GMC honors. As a freshman, she was second team, followed by 3 consecutive first-team selections. Her offensive production was elite. She scored 110 career runs. That was a Lakota School District record that stood for 6 years. She posted a career .371 batting average. Over 86 varsity games, she tallied 108 hits in 209 plate appearances. Her athletic journey continued at the collegiate level, where she played basketball at the University of Findlay. She extended her career and represented East with distinction. Alyssa is currently employed as a logistic account manager and a project manager for Plains Moving and Storage in Westchester. Please welcome Alyssa Grievenkamp.
First, I'd like to thank the committee for inducting me into the Lakota Hall of Fame. It is a true honor. I'd like to thank my family, friends, coaches, and teammates for all being here tonight and for also supporting me throughout the years. When I started my high school career in both basketball and softball, I remember seeing athletes' photos up on our wall in our high school Hall of Fame. I always thought it would be awesome if I was lucky enough to one day be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's such a blessing to be a part of this ceremony with so many other extremely talented athletes and coaches. I'm very humbled to be a part of this year's class. It's incredible to look back at my career and see how many achievements I accomplished along the way. As a kid, I always envisioned playing for my high school team and then later on playing for a college team. I'm happy to say I was able to accomplish both of those things. I'd like to thank my family for being extremely supportive of me from the very beginning. I remember at a young age my mom telling us to go outside and play, and that basically meant Nick and I would be shooting hoops in the front yard or we'd be in the back tossing baseball. We take those backyard skills to organize rec games when we were kids. My dad would always give me support and tips after a good or a bad game. He always believed in me that I was capable of continuous improvement to take my game to the next level. My aunts and uncles were always great about coming to support me at any softball or basketball game. I want to thank my coaches and teammates for coming to support me tonight. Thinking about all the people that have helped me along the way, I can't even name them all. I'd be up here forever. Not just thanking them for helping me develop my skills as an athlete, but for also developing me and believing in me as a person. As I look back on my career, one thing remained true. I had one great support system. Friends, family, coaches, and teammates believed in me as a person. And then when somebody takes time out of their day to help you succeed, it not only helps you, but it helps everybody else around you. You start believing in your teammates, you start believing in each other, and we had great coaches that believed in us. Both of my coaches for softball and basketball are here tonight. Thank you guys for joining. Coach Kastner, thanks for believing in me to be one of the best shortstops for your team from freshman year. I mean, I played for you all 4 years, and it was a great honor. My basketball coach, Nikki Drew, is here. I still remember the first day that I met Coach Drew. We had a basketball open gym, and I was wearing some Xavier shorts, and from then on we hit it off because she used to play at X. While there are so many stories I could tell, I'll just limit it to a couple. The first was my freshman year. I was playing basketball, and we were at Hamilton, and I remember this ball was going out of bounds, and I remember saving the ball behind my back. And I thought, oh, that might be a little flashy, but I was like, I guess it's fine. But I got pulled out of the game not too long after that, and I was like, well, I'm probably in trouble. So Coach Drew hunts me down on the sideline. She goes, did you save the ball on purpose like that? And I was like, yeah. She goes, that was freaking awesome. So from then on, I knew I could have a little bit of flash to my game. But one of my favorite memories for playing for Coach Drew was we were playing West on our home floor senior year, and we had just lost a few of our key players before that game, so we were down. I mean, I think we played 6 or 7 people that night, and I don't think I came out very much in that game. That was the most tired I've ever been playing, honestly, but anyway, I knew we had to go and make a quick start, so we get up 7-0 on West. We go down the floor for another offensive possession, and I remember catching the ball on the left wing. It was probably like NBA range, and I'm sitting there looking at the rim like, this is really, really deep, but the defender's not guarding me, so I might as well shoot it. So I shoot it, I make it, and then West had to call timeout. And as we're going off the floor, I remember Coach Drew coming onto the floor and giving me a chest bump 3 minutes into the game, and I've never seen another high school coach chest bump a player 3 minutes into a ball game. But I had some incredible teammates in both basketball and softball. You know, basketball, you guys would always come to my softball games, especially around tournament time. Same thing with softball. They were a great support system that I had on both squads. It really meant a lot to me that you guys were so supportive, and I had such a great support system for both teams. And I think that's what made our team so successful. I have a few basketball teammates here tonight, Whitney, Pashi, and Mel. I want to thank you guys for making me a more competitive player and for making me a better team player. Whether it was going up against Whitney one-on-one at practice, competing for rebounds and loose balls with Mel, or becoming a better ball handler with Pashi, you guys all helped me become a better team player. Thank you for supporting me tonight. I'm grateful for all the memories I have playing sports at Lakota East. Some of my favorite basketball memories include going to Classic in the Country, beating Lakota West at home for the first time in many years my sophomore year, making an Elite Eight appearance, and cutting down the nets at Harrison High School for our first district title in school history. Some of my favorite softball memories include winning 3 district titles in a row, playing in spring break tournaments, and beating Lakota West in the regional game to make it to the school's first ever Final Four appearance. Can you guys tell I liked beating Lakota West? Sorry. But I'm very, very honored to be a part of this ceremony and for all the people that made this night possible. This has been just great to go down memory lane with a bunch of people tonight. Thank you again for having the belief in me that I'm one of Lakota's best, and I'm truly honored and grateful to be in the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alyssa. Our next inductee this evening is Chelsea Sherman, Lakota West class of 2009 softball. She stands among the most accomplished first basemen in Lakota West softball history, a 4-year record of success that's defined a remarkable era for the Firebirds. She was a 4-year varsity letter winner. She earned first team All-GMC honors in 2007, 2008, as well as 2009.